So as you can see, we're through to the next round of the auto windscreen shields. I bet you're all thoroughly delighted. I know I am. So here we go. Who have we got? We've got Burton Albion, Aldershot, either way, Southend and Aston Villa. Wow, this is going to be the glamour tie. Looking forward to that one. And if you look at the fixtures here, you'll see it's very heavy with away games. So this could be very testing. A testing time of the season. 1, 2, 3, 4 away, 5 away games in a row because we've got the friendly with Shamrock there. So, Burton Albion. Now, we've beaten these, remember, in the League Cup. 4-1 at our place. And how did we get on at their ground? We drew 2-2, that's right. Were we 2-0 down? Yeah, that's right. They had a man sent off, yeah. It's all coming back to me. So, let's take all the subs out, apart from Richard, because otherwise I'll forget to include him. So, yeah, it was pretty much a reserve team, wasn't it, really, with respect to all these guys? Pretty much a reserve team. Well, I say that. I mean, obviously a few regulars, but still. So, we're going to put Alan back in goal. How did Karen do? Well, all right. Oh, what am I doing? Mark did well. Murphy-Durf didn't, so Darren is back in. Matthias did well. Barry did well. But I am thinking of making a couple of changes there. Let's bring back... average form. Woodlin, very good. Let's bring Carl back in. Rest Barry. Yeah, that'll do for that. Cod Tufan on the right. I think Sean's fit now, isn't he? Cod Tufan is doing all right, but prefer it to be a little bit more. So let's bring Sean back on the right. I mean, Sean hopefully will start scoring soon because he's very heavy on stats, on good stats, and I'd like to see him chipping in with a few. So that is that. Ash will play, Pete will play. Let's check the physical condition, actually. Ooh. I'm going to rest Trevor. I was man of the match in the last game, but I'm a bit worried that if I play him on 90%, he may get injured. So let's... Oh, Christ, what am I doing? Let's take Trevor out, and we'll put Owen back. We'll put Christie on the bench. Let's superb form. Let's put Pedro on the bench. That will give a bit of competition to Sean, which Cod Tufan has been doing lately. Adam, average form. Trusteft, very poor. But I'm glad everyone's starting to play now, and Richard will play at some point in this game, because it must be a bit of a drag, you know, to be involved in this and to hardly play. But you know, as I'm sure you're aware, you can't play everyone, obviously. And if we put in a different team every week, we won't get anywhere. It'll be silly. So we've got to have, you know, a structure to the team, a regular spine, as I mentioned a lot, I think, in the first video. Anyway, so Pete is back in the team. Did he score in the last game? He did. Good. So he may start scoring again. Who's on the left wing? Pompey Games. How did Sean do? He did all right. I'm watching Sean very carefully because we've got Ben, who's playing really, really well. Superb form. By the way, if you ever see these transfer valuations, he's currently worth, according to the game, 375 grand. But don't read too much into that, because the older a player gets, his value will diminish. So don't think that, you know, he is, you know, a much worse player than, say, Sean, who is apparently worth 1.2 million. Doesn't necessarily mean he's a better player. For a start, they play in different positions, but Sean is obviously 3, 4 years younger or whatever. So, yeah, don't read too much into valuations. It's not really has anything to do. It doesn't really have anything to do with form and, you know, all that kind of stuff. So anyway, I digress. So Darren there, Mark, Alan back in goal, Carl, me, Owen, Christie, Matthias. Yeah, pleased with this. Let's just get it underway. Oh, Christ. Good one. Didn't put a last substitute on. So we're covered with... Let's put a defender on. Let's put Den on the bench. Next week, I think we're going to have to start thinking about bringing Stu, Craig, and maybe Luke back into the team. And maybe involving Neil again as the goalkeeper. But like I say, it's not really going to matter at this moment in time because Alan is pretty much established himself now as the first choice keeper. But he did have a horror display, didn't he, against Fleetwood. So I hope he's learnt his lesson. Uneventful so far, but the blue bar at the bottom, we are dominating possession. In fact, let's take a look at the stats. 58 again. Yeah, we're starting games quite well. Oh, Pete scored. Good. I think that was a good idea to leave him out for 2 or 3 games because it's given him a kick up the arse. And he's come back and he's scored a few goals now. Which is good. Because it'll be nice to see these two, Pete on 15 and Ash on 17. It'll be nice to see them have a little bit of a friendly battle to see who's going to get the golden boot. Who's going to score the most goals. Currently Ash has the upper hand. Oh, Sean nearly scored there. So let's think about making a sub in a sec. We're 1-0 up. Possession-wise, we're dominating, but 2-0. Great. And I think that was Ash, wasn't it? It was. So, that's what I didn't want. Just as I was about to make a sub. Alan, again, they've had 1 shot. So let me get this right. The last 4 shots you've faced, they've scored them all. But it could be a problem with the defence, remember that. Or it could have been a midfielder, or it could have been a striker who gave it away. You know, so we've all got to hold our hands up here. We're a team, remember. We all take the blame. Let's bring Richard on for... Let's bring him on for Pete. It would either be Pete or Ash. 50-50. Let's just do that. And then we'll make another substitution in a second. I'm thinking... Let's see, Sean was injured, wasn't he, last week? So he's back from injury now, but I will put Pedro on. Oh, Richard, that would have been an introduction, that. So are we going to hold on? It will be disappointing to concede a late goal here. Richard to Sean. Oh, nearly. Yeah, let's bring on a sub. I'll come off for Christie. She's a defensive midfielder like I am, so that should, in theory, be alright. It should mean that we'll hold them off for the last 5 minutes. And she's got a yellow card straight away, getting stuck in. So there we are, 2-1. Pleased with that. Disappointed in the sense that, again, you know, Alan had 1 shot to face and it went in. Look at that. So defensively, very, very shaky there. Possession dominated it. So well done to the midfield, I guess, in particular. Not well done to the strikers or the attacking midfielders because 15 shots, 5 on target. That's not clever. I'm thinking of bringing Ben back in on the left wing. But 7 is good. And to be fair to Sean, his form previously has been very poor. In fact, it was off the scale. And now it's just poor. So that's all right then. But no, it's an improvement, isn't it? So yeah, all in all, not too bad. We won the game. That's the most important thing. But I'm a bit concerned about the defence. A little bit concerned there. So I may do something about the centre-backs. Or maybe the problem could be at left and right back. Although, to be fair, Darren did very well there. 8 out of 10. So we'll see. We'll mix the bench up again, as per usual. Richard came in. Solid display there, which is nice to see. So, yeah. Good times. Click on done. Away at Aldershot. Where are they? 8th. So if they win, well, let's not dwell on it too much, but I mean, if they do, they'll be on 29 points. So they're at the top. And if we win, we could possibly, if other results went our way, go top of the league. So quite a lot to play for here. Is away from home, but I'm confident we'll avoid defeat. Now, what I didn't do was bring anyone from the B team, but I wanted, like I said last time, to get some players playing a game. And Stu has played for YouTube reserves a 5 rating. Don't read too much into that. It's all about just playing a game and getting fit. Craig requested a transfer, not getting it, and he played not too bad for the reserves. Lukey Wookie, he's going to have to come into the first team soon, but only 82% fit, and he didn't play for the reserves, maybe because he's just come back, I don't know. As for Neil, 1 game, did alright. So, here we go. Let's take off all the subs. I like to do, because I always like to freshen the bench. Trust Heft, there's Adam. Yeah, how did everyone do? So, let's take off... Oh, we already have. Okay, I was going to take off Pedro because I only got a 6. Alan, I'm a little bit concerned with this, if I'm honest. 2 games now. I may have to start looking at Karen and Neil a little bit more closely than I was intending to. Because this can't continue. I really can't. Okay, so everyone did alright. But like I said, I was a bit concerned by the defence and the strikers. The defence, from this aspect, 1 shot, 1 goal. And the strikers, possibly attacking midfielders, the wingers, with this. This isn't great. I think, without sounding as if I'm just being biased, I think with me, Owen, Christie, Trevor being defensive midfielders and playing quite regularly, I think our inclusion has been backed up by the fact that we do get a lot of possession. Because with defensive midfielders, we don't give the ball away a lot. So that's my attempt at justifying our selections. But I'm going to bring Trevor back into the squad. Yeah, I'm going to... What should I do? How did Carl do? Yeah, I'm going to bring Dave back in. And I'm going to stick with Matthias for now. Christy got a yellow card, so I'll maybe just leave her on the bench for this one. Or, no, actually, I won't put her on the bench. I'll put Trevor there, like I say. Let's put Adam as a striker. We'll have Dave there as a striker and a midfielder, so kind of, you know, killing 2 birds with 1 stone there. Again, let's bring Ben back in on the left wing. You know, very good form. I think that was superb, wasn't it, going back a week or 2? So we'll do that. And let's... let's put Ash there to cover on the right. And again, the centre if needed. So we've not done too much there. Brought Ben in. Brought Dave in. And that will do, but I am... Yeah, I'm not 100% happy with this. But we'll see. I don't know whether part of my thinking is because Aldershot are a pretty decent team and they're only 3 or 4 points below us. So maybe we should be taking this a little bit more... Oh my goodness me. You know what I'm going to say? Dirty Owen. That is unbelievable. It was an ironic name, and now it isn't. Now it's a very appropriate nickname. That is a disaster. That is a true disaster. Because they're a good team, there's 9 minutes gone, and we're down to 10 men. I didn't even read the text. I'll have to go back and watch that. Did it say he elbowed him or something? I don't know. Oh, goodness. I'm still confident that we can get at least a point. But it's going to be hard work. 1-0. Nice. Who got that one? Oh, it's disallowed, you swines. Oh, that is really annoying. I think we're going to have to go a little bit defensively here. Yeah, Owen obviously getting a rating of 5 because he only played 8 minutes. Wow. So we've all got to dig in here. And preferably by not getting red and yellow cards. Dig in fairly, but we've got to be very resolute. Got to put on a bit of a defensive performance, I think. So I imagine the best thing to do here is to bring on Trevor. Wow, this is, yeah. This isn't really part of the plan. But that's a big hole there. We can't be doing with that. Let's... I don't know. Let's bring off Pete. Let's put Trevor there. I don't really want to go 4-5-1 defensive. What I may do is go with 3 centre-backs, and then I can have another one up front. But then there's no other centre-backs. I didn't put a defender on the pitch, on the bench. Let's just go with that. It's very defensive. In a way, it's almost inviting trouble. But we haven't got much of a choice. I'm expecting them to score. But maybe we can be sneaky and get there first. Well done, Alan. You've remembered how to save a shot. Come on. Right, let's make a couple of subs. I mean, Ash isn't playing very well, but maybe he operates best with a strike partner, and he's just there on his own. And really is more of a right-sided forward, so we're talking like that kind of position. Or even here, for that matter. And he can play as a winger. But let's bring Sean Sidious off. We'll put Adam up front. We'll have Ash raiding down the wings there. And then we'll think about making a last substitution within the last 5-10 minutes. Just to maybe waste a bit of time. But I can't see us scoring. Brilliant. 1-0 as soon as I say that. Unbelievable. Into Ghost. Adam, finally, you've scored. So that could be the match winner. Now, what should we do here? Let's put Ash on for Ash. Ash comes on for Ash. Brilliant. Alan takes over the captaincy for the rest of the game. Backs up against the wall, but 5 minutes left. Oh, come on. Dave sent off for a foul. Back to square one. Back to our old tricks. To be fair, we've not had red cards for a long, long time, but I don't know. That is a disaster. Look at this. A gaping hole there. I'll bring these guys in to close down that gap, but it does mean that we've got Darren operating more as a centre-back, albeit on the left side, and Mark as a right-back, albeit on the right side. So they're somewhat comfortable in those positions, but it could go against... Yeah, I mean, unbelievable. It was always going to happen. It's a drag that they got it so late. Let's just hope they don't get another. Well done, Alan, though. I imagine he must have been under a lot of pressure there. Yeah, that's a shame. That's a shame. We were well in control. We were doing quite well there. I mean, they only had 4 on target. Again, I guess it was our defensive midfielders kind of stifling their threat out. But, that is disappointing. Dave. Not the first time, is it? Goodness me. Anyway, let's not dwell on it. It's only a game. Bit of fun. It's quite funny that they've got sent off, really. Owen's banned for 3 games. Dave's banned for 2. So, yeah, that's interesting. Pete's out for a few days with concussion. Right, so let's put some of these players back into the B team. So we've got Southend and then Aston Villa. We are gonna lose, but let's just enjoy the experience playing in a Premier League stadium. Yeah, so let's bring all these guys off. Take Pete off because he's injured. So just for now, again, don't be offended if you're put in the B team. It's just a case of someone's got to go there, and obviously it's gonna be the ones who aren't playing as much. So Radfoot's only played a couple of games. Maybe get some reserve team games under your belt. What's Luke? 89, so you're not playing in this. Stu, 86. Well, this is a complete waste of time, wasn't it? Let's bring Craig back in, because he's, 94. So he can afford to play some kind of game. Afford to play some kind of part, I should say, in the game. Stu, not yet fit. So, yeah, I guess I could have kept another couple of those guys in the squad. But, no, that's fine for now. Southend United. Now, let's look at the table. Southend still only lost 1. So they're obviously very tough to break down. But we are at home and we are a good team. So I think we could very well get back to winning ways here. Yeah. How did the previous game go? Not great. So Ash, Trevor didn't do very well, neither did Ash. The other Ash didn't do well, but he scores a lot of goals, so again, I'm going to persevere. Adam came on and scored, but average form. Richard didn't do too well. I'll put Richard on the bench. Crash Test. Let's have another gamble with Crash Test. It really could go either way with him. You don't know what you're going to get. He could be brilliant. It could be truly bad. So we'll go with that. What about the defence? Yeah. When's Dave suspended? Oh, he's not going to miss the cup tie, is he? Starting the 5th of November. No, that's a few games yet, and I imagine Owen is the same. 3 games starting the 5th of November, yeah. So, let's put COD 2 fan on the bench. Let's put Adam also there. This is quite an attacking bench we've got so far. How did Ben do on the wing? 7 again. You know, pretty consistently getting those 7s and sometimes 8s. Darren didn't do well. Let's see. Let's put Craig on the bench. Craig's on the bench instead of Mark, or not instead of Mark. To put Mark under pressure, if you like. Yeah, we've not made that many changes really. It's more of the bench which we've looked at. Let's see how this goes. I hope no one gets injured and misses the next game, because Villa, you know, that's a nice game. I think everybody really would like to play that, but obviously everybody can't. So, but still, we'll all turn up in our, you know, suits, club suits. We're all part of the squad, remember? Oh, goodness. Yeah, I knew this was going to be hard to beat Southend, because they have lost 1 game all season so far. So they're obviously very difficult to break down. And we're a little bit all over the shop when it comes to our defence. Yeah, the form isn't good, is it? Again, we've done nothing in the first half. It's a bit worrying. Because if we go 2 down, I can't see us coming back from that. Well, this is kind of pointless bringing Craig on, but I'll do it anyway, just because Mark's got a yellow card, and I can't afford another sending off. Crash Test, yeah, it's not worked thus far, so we'll bring Adam on. Scored in his last game. Can he score again? Oh, no. Another penalty they've scored. I thought Alan was going to get sent off there, but he didn't. So I think we've lost this game. I don't mean to be defeatist, but we're playing against a team, like I say, who have lost 1, so they're hard to beat. They're 2-0 up. Yeah, this is a problem. I'll leave it another few minutes. I just don't think it matters what we do here. We're not going to break them down. So with that in mind, I'm going to give Richard another run out. I'm not saying it doesn't matter, so let's put on Richard, you know, to make him sound as if he's a rubbish player. It's just that we're not going to do anything, so it wouldn't really have, you know, it wouldn't really have mattered who we'd play there. Yeah, 2-0. That is a bad performance and a bad result. Bloody hell. No shots on target. Completely outdone by possession. That was poor. See what I mean about that gap opening? Now a 7-point gap between us and the leaders, but it is only a 4-point gap between us and Exeter. So that's it's not the end of the world. Minx36 has requested to stay at the club. He no longer wants to leave. Unbelievable. What a troublemaker. He comes on for 20 minutes and all of a sudden he's happy. Right. So let's go into our B squad. Stu, 88%. When's the game? Hang on, actually, let's check our team. The game's today, so quite frankly, Stu's not fit enough to play. 88, it's not worth the risk. But I will call him up to the squad. Lukey Wookie, same with him. And that'll do for now. I'm pretty convinced we're going to get beaten badly. But, you know, if we do, well, it's a taking part that counts. So So yeah, it's very hard to pick any of these for this game because we all played pretty bad, in all honesty. Craig came on, he did alright. Dave played alright. Mark played alright. But really, that was rubbish. Not good enough at all. How many shots did they have, by the way? Again, Alan had 2 shots and they both went in. That does not bode well for a Premier League team. So, I tell you what, am I pretty happy with this? Let's look at the centre-back position. Let's bring Carl in. Let's put Barry on the bench. Let's put Den on the bench. I mean, it's very hard to take out Mark when he's got superb form. Pete's still injured. That's a shame. That is a shame. Still a couple of days there. Must have been knocked out cold for about 4 or 5 days. That's not good. Should we bring Lukey Wookie on the bench? I think we should because, you know, it's an attacking midfielder. Gives a bit of a chance there. Christie hasn't been on the bench, I don't think, for the last game, or maybe 2. So we'll do that, but I'm a little bit... I tell you what, really we should have a striker on the bench, in all honesty. Interghost, average form. Richard, poor. Dave, pretty good. COD 2 fan, he can play up front as well. I think... yeah, for this one, let's bring Barry off and swap him with COD 2 fan. My only thinking behind that is because we need a striker, just in case. Let's do that. Let's go with that. Here we go. Away at Aston Villa. Premier League team. Nearly behind after a minute. And then they need to score again after 3. An empty stadium. No, obviously not. So yeah, we're doing really well here. But it really is only a matter of time, you'd have thought, before they score. Sean Sidious. Neely. Oh, I tell you what, if we can get a goal before half-time, it'll be unbelievable. Oh, we nearly did. We're doing all right. Look at that, we're outplaying them, really. I tell you what, I should have checked where Villa are in the league. I'd hazard a guess they aren't doing very well. So Crash Test is doing all right, but I just think... oh, I tell you what, maybe we should just leave it as it is for now. Let's just leave it, because they're doing all right. Come on. So I get another yellow card. As Mark's going to get a yellow card. No. Good save, Alan. Back on form. And again. Oh, this could go to penalties. That'll be a drag if we lost on penalties. Okay. Ashley Escort again. Come on, Ash, what are you doing? I'm going to bring Crash Test off. He's actually doing very well. I'm going to bring COD 2 fan on. I'm half tempted to bring Luke on because he's an attacking midfielder, but is that taking the piss a bit? You know, putting on, doing an attacking substitution against a Premier League team. Oh, yeah, it was only a matter of time. It was only a matter of time. We've gone 1-0 down. Oh, that's a bit of a drag. Right, we're just going to have to go all out here. Ah, right. So, I'll come off. Luke can come on. Let's go for it. Let's go for it. Come on. All out. 4-2-4 attacking. Let's bring Den on at right back because I know Den is a bit of a wing back. Bugger it. Let's have them all bombing forward. Lukey Wookie attacking. Owen, I'll have you holding, but I think we need that. So you cover this area. Right, okay, we can't really do anything else other than this. You can't say we're not going for it, but we're probably going to get punished. But who cares? Oh, man, 8 minutes left. Oh, Owen. Oh, that looks like we've lost. Looks like they're going to get the last chance of the game. 2-0. Well, you know, we took the risk. We had to push forward. At the end of the day, are you surprised we lost? I'm not. Their keeper got an 8. Shay Given there. So, looking at the 2 Irish goalkeepers. Handshakes at the end of the match. So, yeah, I'm pleased with that. 40,000 people watching us. We did alright. In fact, we did well, to be fair. We were always going to lose. Now, let's see where Aston Villa are, because they didn't really impress me. 10th. So, again, they're not doing too good. Only 6 points off the relegation zone. In fact, they've only just started to get a little bit better. So, yeah, I guess if we were playing City or Arsenal or United, we probably would have lost that by a few more. But 2-0, I'm still pleased. I think we put on a good performance. It would have been nice to have had Pete available for that other match. But, you know, it's not the end of the world. Adam wants another transfer. You're not going anywhere. Sit down, shut up, and get on with it. So, yeah. Oh, it's a bit of a downer, but at the same time, it isn't. You know what I mean? Anyway, so that'll do for that vid. We'll be back next time with an away day special. Rochdale. Bottom of the league, remember. We really should be beating them. Exeter, who I think are 2nd or 3rd. Chesterfield in the FA Cup. And then a friendly. We're going to Ireland for the day. Shamrock Rovers. See you next time.